Hello and welcome to the show. I am going to go on a scavenger hunt looking for a V8 engine block. Yes, I am being cheap and hopefully I'm going to try and find, a V8 engine block. I'm looking for the V8 overhead valve engine block and any other engine bits that I might be able to use, or more importantly, sell. That's the one we're going for. Now I could, potentially go and buy a car such as this one and try and not cock up the engine block when I go to repair. How much is the little? I think it's called a Typhoon. It is a Typhoon. $20,000. Relatively expensive. I did just notice I'm going to get distracted a lot. I actually quite enjoy, as I said last time, I very much enjoy kind of prattling around doing this, but it's really, really easy to get very, very distracted. I'm also going to try and buy up any wheels I can, because they seem to be a decent way of making some cash. I will inevitably miss searching a vehicle somewhere. Like, I know that's going to happen. I'm well aware that's going to happen, because there is so bloody... Haha! That's a good find. That's a very good find. Ooh! As I said before, I don't know how to put a supercharged engine in a car yet. I might have a play now that we've got potentially got a supercharger. Ooh! Lots of engine blocks. Anything in green condition as well I will grab, because they're taking parts from here cost very little compared to what you can make. I'm just curious as to what this thing was. How much is this to buy? 13,000. As a pretty shoddy conditioned car. Pretty shoddy condition indeed, but never mind. I would like to get... I mean, we've found one overhead valve engine already. If we can get another one, ideally, just in case I screw one up, that's generally a nice, helpful thing. And I'm just curious to kind of see if we can find any more interesting bits, like the performance bits, the potential performance bits. Turbocharger. We'll grab that and an engine head. Because that'd be a really interesting way of doing things. Is you could have like special bits that can only be found by scavenging. That would be a very, very interesting way of doing things. Might be able to repair intercoolers. Never worked on one, so we'll do that. I got plenty of... I mean, money's not really, at the end of the day, a massive problem for me. But I'm kind of curious to see what else we can grab. And, it always helps. I don't think we get... I'm fairly sure we don't get any XP for doing any of this. So, leveling up wise, this isn't going to particularly help you out. Oh, wait, hold on. Was that I say it was a valve push rod for I'm just looking for anything that's V8 overhead valve. Just in case. Having said all of that, some stuff can't be repaired, so there's some stuff that will be useless. There's a lot of kind of just junk body panels that go on in a lot of these wrecks. There's an alternator in there. Have you got... Yep, you got another engine head. Always helpful to have some spares. Oh, well, there's an i6 one as well. We might be able to build up an i6. The weird duplication bug that went on with the i3 bits did fix itself when I reloaded the game to do this. They were all back to normal. Actually, I think I lost the i3 engine block in all of that. It got a little bit unhappy with me. I might have also missed, having said I'm going to pick up wheels, I might have missed some as we went through, so my bad. Basically, my bad if we did. I think I might be able to do up a carburetor. I'm not sure about the front suspension cross members. That's missing a fair amount of bits on it. That's actually not a great condition one. Also, I had to think when I look back at the footage when I was editing the last video, where I said how the rust all magically fixes on the car. To be fair to the game, a lot of the rust, a lot of why the cars look quite poor when they're, well, out here is, or could be dust. Assuming you'd buy one of these junk cars, you'll bring it, you'll bring it back to your garage or whatever, and you'll clear off the dust to see what you're working with. Oh, another i3. Yeah, sorry. Oh, I digress. You'll clear off the dust. So, yeah, a lot of it could be dust on the vehicle, not just, conditions changing from when you buy it here to appearing in your garage. So I'll let the game off for that one. I'll let the game off there. We've got another gearbox. Nothing massively interesting. I'd like to find a rotary engine. That'd be a quite fun thing to find. We saw was it exhaust manifold or exhaust? Found a rotary bit. Oh, we have overhead valve C engine. That could be fun. We need an engine cover actually, because I don't think our engine had either. Again, if we can find any bits from scavenging that might be useful for our car, I'm okay with that. Oh crap! Did I ever go down this part in the last video? Ooh, you're a multicoloured thing. How much? I'm just curious. Oh, that's only 13,000. That's quite cheap. That's not too bad for the Bolt Hellcat. It has got one of the poor engines. It's a single carburetor engine in this one rather than the double carburetor, which I have. I might buy you. To be fair, the bolts. Oh no, we did go around this part. It's fine. I'm not a complete tool. Well, I mean, that's really for you to decide more than me. I don't think we can do much. I didn't realise. I swear the first time I went around here, there was not this number of engines. Oh, that's a good condition engine head as well that we can screw up. I swear I didn't find this many engines the first couple of times that I went around here. Yeah, if you want to get money quick, this is a way to do things. That's for sure. I'm just looking at the various different parts, trying to figure out if some of the parts were different. There might be a better performance and so on. We've got 2 engine heads. The i6B, which is the very old i6, like the 50s truck i6, is a pretty weak engine, as you'd imagine for that sort of age. Let's face it, and it's not really worth as much. It's not going to be a couple of grand per engine head, whereas some of the modern ones can be. I've got to figure out which wheels are the ones you want to get, because one of the wheels that I got last time was like 500 per wheel, and that's a fair amount of money compared to some of the other ones that are only kind of a couple of hundred. Intake manifolds, not going to worry about them. We have got a camshaft for a overhead valve engine, which I think I might need, but I don't. Okay, that's fine. I wanted to check the price. For some reason, my brain just derped out and thought I'd just instantly gone and bought the car. We've got W12 bits again. There are so many. There are more W12s in this junkyard than I think have ever been sold in cars ever. It's incredible. There's front exhaust sections. No use to me. Not that I could repair most of them anyway. Oh, there's a wheel there. We'll grab. Because we can seem to be able to repair wheels regardless of what their condition is to begin with. A race tyre? Race tyre would be nice. But again, I can't do bugger all to fix it up. That's going to be pretty useless. We've got the BMW section over here for finding V8 overhead valve parts in, as you do. Oh, there was wheels in there. I'm sure I've missed wheels because I'm kind of scanning for engine parts first, and then if I notice there's wheels, I'll get them. Because, yeah, engine parts, engine blocks are most important, where the money is really made. I don't think you can... I don't quite see the point in the... in some of the parts that come in here, like the tyres, for example. What good's going to be a ruined tyre? You can't really recondition the tyre. I guess if you could do something with it. I mean, you could... I think you can, if you just buy all of these parts straight up and sell them even without repairing them, you will still make money. But yeah, as far as the tyres go, I'm not so sure on their uses. Oh, there's a door in good nick and some wheels. Front differential. We're gonna be able to literally build up an entire W12 car. Shall we buy that front diff and see if we can do anything with it? It's worth a try, isn't it? Supercharger. Yes, I will take supercharger intake. Not that I can do anything with it, but just in case I can. Just in case we can. I think the the overhead valves like C and D are bits for the Dodges, I believe. Not that I've actually had one come to the workshop yet, but I think that's the way that it works. Gearbox might be worth something if we can fix it. Oh, we can get a throttle for a W12. I shall just get all of the W12 parts. We'll get another engine head for our collection. we're gonna have like 3 or 4. I'm okay with having 3 or 4 overhead valves because the kind of cars that I'm gonna want to buy on this game and work on are gonna be the classic muscle cars. So I'm okay with having plenty of bits for them. I think we've done most of these. So for a second trip around the junkyard, I think we've done a fairly decent finds on this one. We should be able to make a good old amount of... there's a push rod for the wrong one. Should be able to make a fair amount of money on that. And we've got at least 2 engine blocks of the sort that I wanted. Hooray! Back to home we go. Well, we are back in our workshop. All of those parts cost me $1,300, which is not a huge amount, considering I'm hoping the amount we are going to get out of this. So we are going to do a lot of clicking here to try and fix parts. There are bits and pieces that I pulled off of the car that are in this lot. In fact, there seems to be so much that the game is having some issues with showing me everything. We're going to be here a little while. I am kind of curious to see what the lowest... So we're kind of working at the moment on stuff that's condition 20%, which is pretty down. We buggered up a gearbox. We buggered up a couple of bits. So we killed a wheel. We might have enough wheels to actually have a... We'll have enough... Oh, we killed an engine block. That might have been one of the V8 overhead valve ones as well. It would definitely look like a V8 engine we killed. Come on, get through here. If we break everything, you know, if we fix a load of stuff, but it's the bloody overhead valve ones that break. We've got a modern V8 engine that I think we fixed up. Okay, that didn't quite take as long as I feared it might. Okay, so there we cocked up at least one of the... No, we cocked up a couple of engine heads. There's a V8 one. Intake manifold we couldn't repair. The engine that we wanted, we screwed up. I thought I had two. Maybe I did, or maybe I didn't have two. Hold on, let's search under engine. I don't think there's a way... I don't think either of the ones that we found were fixable. We've got a modern V8 engine, but I don't think I can put the modern V8 engine into the vehicle. Yeah, so the camshaft was too far gone. We didn't get to work on that. We couldn't work on the supercharging. Oh, bloody typical. The two overhead valve engines, two that we couldn't bloody work on. Okay, let's go and sort by condition. I think if I've guessed correctly through there. So this lot here is, wow, we wrecked some. That's a gotta. Some of these are not really worth very much anymore. Like $1 each. Yeah, that stuff there is all a pile of garbage. I guess to be fair, anything that's not at 100% we're selling, because I don't want it anyway. I'm not going to use it if it's not at 100%, and I can't repair any of this anymore, so... There we go. Now, as I said, I did only need to make $1,300 on all of the bits that I bought. So despite the fact a lot of these engine heads, sadly, haven't really been repairable, or haven't really been able to do too much with, and I broke a fair few of the ones that I could, let's just go spam and click our way through. I feel like there needs to be a better way of doing it. I'll skip to the interesting bits. Right, okay, so we got rid of a bunch of the crap, essentially. So this lot here... Now, some of these bits here, we've got to be careful when we sell in the 100% bits, because some of these bits here we are going to be wanting. We don't want any of this bodywork. That's just junk that we found. Don't care about the license plates. Right, get rid of that. Okay, so wheels. We've got... can we get 4 matching wheels? Probably not, is the answer. We don't need an i4 gearbox. That can go away. You don't need an i4 engine head. That's 700 from that. A V8 engine head is 750. Carburetor C we don't need. We do want a head cover, so that's been a useful find. Don't need an i4 engine block. I wonder if we can put... That looks like a better carburetor than the normal ones. We've got engine head. Oh, there are 2 different i3 engine heads. I don't know. We're going to sell them anyway. Yeah, because okay, so they're the carburetors that pulled off the car. They're the 4-barrel carburetors we pulled off it. That's a better one. Let's have a look. Can I buy that from the shop? I haven't actually looked at carburetors, so I might be wrong. No, you can't buy that from the shop. And I've definitely seen a better one of those carburetor, the 2-barrel side draft carburetor. I've seen another one. I've had one of those that was a red one as well. Okay, so it does look like, and I don't know whether they give us a performance boost, whether it's just a visual thing, but it does look like there is certainly something that works with the fine scavenging of these parts. So I've got brand new V8s and a V8 head and a V8 block. I'm just curious to see. Well, I don't think there is a way to swap engines out. Yeah, okay, so I can't go and mount that part on there. A little bit of a shame. Might be something that's coming, will be added later. I hope it is. I hope we can put different engines in different vehicles. It would be a shame not to. We're going to have to bloody buy the over. I could go search back through the junkyard again. I could spend all day searching through the junkyards again. We're going to just go and buy the block. Engine block, V8 overhead valve. We'll go for it. And we'll do that one. Yeah. Well... it's in at least. And at least we've got the... Actually, I don't even know why I want to put it in the car, because I want to build it on the stand, because I'm lazy and I don't have to keep putting the car up and down. Right, so part mount, overhead valve. There we go. Now, crankshaft, I guess we probably couldn't save, so we will go and buy that one. Crankshaft V8 overhead valve, I would assume. It's not the C1 as far as I am aware. Now, I think quite a lot of the... Oh, careful now. Quite a lot of the bearings we saved. We've got 2 good condition camshaft, which is nice. Pistons, we don't have any. We didn't save any of the pistons. That's a little bit of a bugger. Do we save? We have saved a power steering pump at least. I'm just kind of curious to see what bits and pieces I do have of this that are in okay nick. Alternator, that can go in there. Ignition coil B, did we rescue that? Nope, we did not. I think we saved the water pump though. We haven't got the distributor. I think we do have a water pump. Do we have a cam gear? No. Okay, so we're going to need a fair old... I say we're going to need a fair bit. I always knew we were going to need a fair bit of stuff. Right, so we're going to need 8 pistons. As far as I know, there are... Okay, so there are only one option for these. I have, certainly seen the W12 pistons turning up in the junkyard. We do probably need some piston rings. Let's just get 4. Overall, we should hopefully should be enough to get us all 100% on the engine front. Because I can't imagine all piston rings came off in perfect condition and I repaired every single one that didn't. Although it does look like I might have got extra. Well, I'm sure we'll use them at some point. We'll use them in a car. What vehicle, I don't know. Oh no, I think actually, tell a lie. I have done it perfectly. God dear, what is this? What is this? I have guessworked my way correctly. Very rare. How very un-FailRace of me. I do like putting these engines back. When you get the lovely, shiny, pristine condition engine, it is quite rewarding on this game. Now, what's going to not be rewarding is the fact that my car is still going to have bloody rust patches on it. It's going to have the body frame, unless maybe by the time I get around to selling it, because I don't think I'm going to finish this rebuild in this episode. By the time I get around to selling the car, maybe there will have been an update to the game that will have changed when we get the welder. I don't think there will be, because I think that's a design choice to have it late on in the game. But I live in hope. Okay, we live in hope. So we need 1 rod cap and we need 1 bearing crankshaft bearing cap. Oh no, get out of that mode. There we go. I keep wanting to try and jump to the tablet while I'm in build mode. Essentially, right. So we want a crankshaft bearing cap and we want a rod cap as well. We'll probably want other ones, but for now that will do. I wonder how much power the engine's going to get out of it. I think this is the 300 horsepower one, and I don't think, unless I can figure out a way of mounting a supercharger on it, I don't think I can really do much more than that with it. Okay, oil pan is on. I might try buying the supercharger manifold and see if that lets me dump that on the car. It's worth a try at the end of the day. Like, what's the worst that could happen? I've wasted my money, but I'll stick it in storage. In fact, actually, if you buy a part and it's still at 100%, it's worth the same amount that you bought it. So you don't even lose money if you don't use it, which is very helpful, really. At the end of the day, it means you can experiment with stuff and it doesn't matter. Right, those lots can go on there. All right, so the intake manifold. So we've got 2 carb. Let's go have a look what manifolds we can get. Whoopsie. For, again, V8 overhead valve. Let me just go intake. Okay, so supercharger V8, supercharger intake manifold for the overhead valve one is there. So we have a 2 carb one on that one. So that one's for a normal, a modern V8, I should say. Sorry. It's going to be $1,000 for the supercharger manifold. But let's just see if it even lets me put it on this engine. I don't think it will. But no, because I think that's just going to want me to do that one. It's not even giving me an option. Okay, we do have to go for this. So will it let me put on the fancy carburetor or not? That's a good question then. Carburetor 4-barrel. No, it doesn't let me put on this. I don't know what the use of them is yet. Because it's definitely the same name, essentially, for it, isn't it? Yeah, carburetor 4-barrel from a different manufacturer. It's not like it's a carburetor B or a carburetor, a different particular one. It should be right, but it isn't. Odd. Odd indeed. It's very difficult to tell whether I'm doing something... the current state of the game, when it comes to stuff like this, I don't know whether I'm doing something dumb or there's a bug with the game. It makes it a little bit difficult at times to figure that sort of stuff out. Did I repair any of the push rods? No, so we'll need a whole other set of them. Do we have... we have one good condition exhaust manifold. Yeah, it's very hard to tell what's a bug and what's you're not allowed to do it because you're not supposed to. Sort of a thing. Okay, so we're going to need another manifold. Let's go buy all of the. Let's go do the valve push rods. Do we have any of the rocker arms, or are they all buggered? I think they're all buggered. Okay, to the tablet we go. We need a. Oh, I've just got rained on. I've left my window open and it's. Apparently started to right. Funnily enough, in England, I'm assuming we're just a normal one. We're certainly not an i6, so we'll go with those. No, wait, we'll need 16. Do we have 2 per thing? I don't know. I'll get plenty because I'll have to rebuild engines before. So just no. We'll only need. We will only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we do need 16. Sorry, I'm not going mad. I thought we were going to need 2 per cylinder. Right. Unfortunately, they've removed the thing that means you can. There used to be a clever way of spamming. I say spamming your way through these. If you put these and then press enter, you could like install parts really, really quickly rather than having to try and click on the big picture thing to do it. Unfortunately. Fortunately, you weren't supposed to do that, and they removed that feature. So now you've actually got to click on stuff properly. Which is a shame. I liked cheating my way through stuff. General with... especially when I was trying to do jobs as fast as possible to get XP, you kind of just find... Whatever's the easiest way to quickly build the car is the way that you did it, or quickly install parts, quickly add parts, and so on. That was the way to do things. I might have bought an extra one by accident. I might have bought one... who cares? Right, rocker arm. So we're going to need another 16 of those. I very much like that we have... the now ability to buy stuff in like a big job lot. I quite like that. It's not necessarily useful for some of the smaller jobs, but certainly when you're doing like this engine and you've got all the rocker arms, you've got all of like the little fiddly bits. That is very bloody helpful to say the least. And yeah, is a nice feature. All right, let's get these many of these. I much prefer working on the modern V8 is much nicer because there's less fiddly bits to put in. I missed one of the... I don't know why I had one left over. It's because I missed adding one of those in. There we go. And that one there. I don't know if I have any of the head covers. Do we have one? Did we find one and repair one? We might have done. I think we've done a fairly good job actually with I'm fairly pleased with the amount of repair work we managed to complete successfully. And the amount of scavenging bits. If we had the engine block, I'd say it was highly successful. Sadly, didn't quite get that. But the rest of it, we've done a half-decent job of finding stuff. And while I haven't actually made a huge amount of money on that last lot, it's because I haven't actually sold most of the big important bits from that find, because I was kind of keeping and seeing what we could play with. I probably will just sell the V8 and whatnot, because I think the V8 engine head is worth the V8 block is worth about $2,500. Right, so we need cover A for that side. I'm not working in a very clever way at the moment. I apologise for that, but that's just generally the way that I end up working. Right, we need cover A for here, rather than kind of buying stuff in one go. Try to keep track of stuff. I end up building it in stops and starts. Yeah, it's not the cleverest. I'd like to be able to just... Like, the shopping list is great for some jobs. It would be nice to like have an engine and be able to add everything that engine needs to a shopping list. Like you have like this engine, everything you need to complete it straight to the shopping list so that you can go and buy it all. That would be nice. Unfortunately, there might be a way to do it. I just don't know if there is. Right, we need a distributor, but I think we have. Oh no, not distributor. I think we might have some of it not completely ruined. I think the rotor is okay. I don't know about the cap on it. We've got Well, we've got stuff. At the end of the day, again, if it's 100, if I already have one at 100%, then we can just sell. Yeah, we did have one at 100%. We can just sell the excess one. Oh, the clips! I forgot about the joys of the clips. Unfortunately, they don't seem to be repairable. Mission coil B we will get. Coil B. Clip, we will get clip. I think it was clip B. We'll get a couple of those. We need a fuel filter. We will also be needing something else. Oh, we need the cam gear, don't we? Well, we'll stick these on while we're here, just in case I've cocked something up. General safe advice: put stuff on just in case you manage to bugger it all up. Or check the stuff that you've bought. And that one will go in there. I think we have a working water pump, so we need cam gear. We'll probably need the timing chain. And maybe something else. Alright, cam gear, V8 overhead valve. We'll probably need chain. Timing chain, V8 overhead valve, I would imagine. I don't know about like the cover and so on. I think we might get away with repaired the cover. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, anyway. Timing cover, yes we did. Perfect. Saves me some money. I'm kind of very curious to see how much this car is going to end up being worth when we're done with it. Water pump we saved. Look at this beautiful, beautiful engine. Crankshaft pulley, we didn't. Water pump pulley, we didn't. Okay, and we're probably going to need all the serpentine belts as well. Pulley, let's go with these. Crankshaft pulley via overhead valve, water pump pulley as well. We're going to need serpentine belts for via overhead valve because we can't repair these. Via overhead valve, V8 overhead supercharge, which we can't do. That's the right one. Oh, I wish I could put a supercharger in it. Really, really wish I could put a supercharger in this crazy vehicle. Oh, we probably need like idler. Do we need any belt tensioners or any of those? I'd be surprised if we didn't, but it does look like we do not. We need a radiator fan, which we don't have. Right, okay, we're almost done. Now, air filter, we need the V8 overhead valve. Can't remember the proper name for it, for the version. I was hoping it was going to have... Okay, round air filter base 2 carb is what we need. I was hoping it was going to be an easier... Well, I'll say an easier name. Round air filter cover base 2 carb. I'll buy that as well. Air filter 2 carb, just in case. Again, extras will be sold. Oh, I'm clicking wonkily. Oh, I thought I clicked on that. I hadn't. Part mount. There we go. Get that all set up, and then our engine is basically done. We did manage to save one of the covers, and then fan. Well, our engine is looking the part. Our engine is... Oh, we need a manifold. It's almost looking the part. We're missing a manifold and an oil filter. Last two bits, and then I will be satisfied for now. Exhaust manifold. Yeah, kind of shame I couldn't find them, but it's only $55, so it's hardly like it's a problem. when they're that cheap, doesn't really matter. I'm surprised as well, the exhaust manifolds. You would expect the exhaust manifolds to be really expensive parts, but at least I would. Oh, we've got spark plugs, of course. And then wires. Oh, bugger, the engine's not quite as near done as I'd hoped. Well, I say as near done as I'd hoped. I mean, it's mostly done. That's our engine. Our engine is, yeah, it will need spark plugs and whatnot, but here we go. We went scavenging. We got some interesting acquisitions. We got lots of fancy wheels, and we got a couple of V8 parts. We can get rid of that. We're never ever going to need that. How much is the V8 head worth? 750, and the block is... I thought the engine block would be worth more than that. Either way, I mean, it's still a good chunk of money on that one. Unfortunately, yeah, supercharger intake manifold, not something that I can be using on this car at the moment. And I'm very curious. Oh, we can get rid of that gearbox because that's not for my sort of car. I'm very curious about these sort of fancy carburetors. Maybe it's for the Dodges. Maybe it's for the Dodge engines that this car here can't have. I guess, but I would have thought it might have had a different name. But there we go. Either way, our car is coming along nicely. Our engine is very, very shiny, which is always the important thing in Car Mechanic Simulator. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.